Heyo, welcome. It's Wax Wednesday, although more like DeFi Crypto Wednesday, since
Yeah.
Wax has been kind of backburnered lately.
I really haven't
Right
been
now,
paying attention to anything happening on Wax.
yeah, I haven't seen anything that's caught my attention either in a while. But I do have. I'm looking at the Bera stuff that we moved over to. Let's see, pools, my pools. Here we go. Oh yeah, 111% still. This is still kind of cooking. That's just the Bera honey pool that jumped into.
That's not bad.
So it's now there is. Can I claim? What is that stuff again? BMT or something like that? That like non-transferable one?
Yeah, it's their
Let's see,
governance soulbound token. It is cool
there
that
it
you can just
is.
burn it into liquid tokens, though. Like that's a really
Yeah, it
cool.
looks like I have 1.35 that I can claim.
I'm rich, biatch.
That's like $10. That's not bad. Let's see. I think what was it? We moved from Wax, maybe 10,000 Wax was it? Let me check what it's. I'm curious if it did better,
if it was
worse,
like,
or the same.
I can't remember the exact amount.
Let's see how much Wax is going for right now. Wax has. I've been putting into this USDC Wax pool for 28%. It's not bad. I mean, it's not like the other one there. But let's see. Swap. Yeah, I think it was 10,000 that moved. That's about $250 right now. And looks like my Bera stuff is doing way better, actually. If I look at my. What is it? Pools? Vaults? Yeah, there it is. 200. What was it? 75? I guess I have to go to pools. My pools. There it is. Yeah, 275.80. So $25 more than if I had just stayed as 10,000 Wax. Not bad. Also, I guess my BGT from last time is still in here. Let's see if I can find an overview that I can see.
You staked it somewhere, I thought.
Oh, you're right. I did. Let's see.
You staked it to whoever like the top one was.
Let's see what it does. DBank. Let me look up my wallet address on that blockchain. Paste. And Berachain. So the total is now $322. Looks like the liquidity is worth $285 actually. So I guess there's that's including the $10 worth of BGT rewards that I haven't claimed yet. And then yeah, look at this. I made 10 cents worth of honey, I guess, from staking my BGT rewards. So those rewards are paid in honey, I suppose.
It also depends on who you stake it to, because there's like different incentive pools, but that part wasn't super clear from the. Wasn't super clear what was happening once you staked it. You're like, I think we'll make money from this, but
yeah, exactly. I'm curious how that looks now. If I go to my boost, oh, here it is, active boost. Yep.
The incentives is probably what you're looking for.
Yeah. Okay. So it looks like now it's a little bit more clear. You're gonna earn about two. Oh no, this is still something different, isn't it? Incentives. Yeah. Let's see.
I thought that was right.
Okay, I think it is right.
Your return per.
Oh, per BGT. So this is the symbol for honey. So I guess for each BGT, you should expect to make like $2.21 because honey is a stable coin. In a year. Oh, okay, and then that amounts to about 5.3%. That adds up.
Why does it say the validator commission's 100%? That seems like it steep.
Right? I'm not sure either. They all said that, didn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, they all. Oh, well, at least these ones, dude.
Hey, look at some of these guys taking 5%. Look at that. The boost APR is way higher.
Yeah, look at that. Okay, so Maybe we need to cut from this guy and go to one of these higher ones and see what's going on here.
The competition has begun.
Yeah, interesting. Boost APR. Huh. I still don't like fully get that whole like boost and stuff.
How long does it take to unstake if you want to unstake? Like, is this like a decision that's gonna be months of fuck up, or can you just do it whenever?
Let's see. I think. Oh, here it is. Boost.
That's doing a new boost though. That's not removing your boost.
Incentives earned. I'm not 100% sure how long it takes to clear. I think it's like it queues it up and it's like the next whatever batch or whatever. So it's probably like a couple hours, but not like days or whatever.
I don't even see an unstake button though.
I don't either.
That boost button
it seems
adding,
like
that's not removing.
Yeah, I still have this in my wallet. I'm curious. I guess let me try first claiming the stuff I've gotten from the other guy, other pool, and then taking all of it and seeing if I can boost to one of these like higher APR things.
Maybe you don't unstake, you just redirect it.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta
that
punch
point,
in
it's not
my
really
code.
staking. I guess we're calling it staking though. It's not called staking anywhere. It's called boosting.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't really matter since the tokens are not transferable anyway. But here's what I put the liquidity in. It's earning 111% APR in that BGT token, which I have to claim somewhere. I think under vaults. My revolt. Yeah, here it is. Claim. So then I can claim it to my. Oh, that's cool. You can claim it to a different wallet. So you can, since it's non-transferable, when you claim it, I guess it'll mint it to a wallet. So you could tell it to mint it to a different wallet. But yeah, connected wallet, confirm. Okay. Costs like almost nothing. The transactions on Berachain are super cheap. Okay, signed that. So now it should claim the rewards I've gotten from the last, like, I guess, since the last time I claimed them, which would have been 2 weeks at this point. Claim is done. So now I have, let's see if I go back and look at my wallet. Let's refresh that. Yeah, 2 BGT in here now. So I could, I guess, just straight up redeem it and turn it into like anything else if I want to under swap and redeem. Yeah, here's my B, and it just swaps directly into Bera 1-to-1, which that is cool. But I do want to see now this like.
Can you redirect your like stake weight?
Yeah. So let's see. So the total I have is 2 point something. I'm gonna go to the top guy who isn't fucking around. 100% incentives suck. Now let's see. Overview analytics boost. Okay, there's the full amount.
What's the difference if you?
Let's do that.
Like, what's the difference between the 300% APR and the one that says 0 in the amount you're getting per window? Because it doesn't look that big.
It looked like the same, right? Let's see.
Like, I feel like the display is just not working. 2.59. I feel like that's not any different.
That's like the same, isn't it?
This is the one that has 100%. Oh, I guess it is slightly higher.
Slightly higher, but
I guess that adds up significantly too, like the difference between that, because that's per one. So if you have like 100 Bera or Bera governance, whatever, that's gonna exponentially change how much you get.
BGT boosts. Oh, and look at these people have ass loads of boost, 500,000 each.
I think that's the max.
And then it drops off. The max, I think, is 10 million for Bera that they can stake to be a validator. Yeah, everyone has that. It seems like, or at least everyone in the top.
What if you sort by APR?
It falls off pretty quick, actually.
You're sorting by page amount stake, not the APR.
It doesn't let me. It doesn't have a little arrow.
I guess I'd just flip through there and see if you can quickly figure out. I saw 500%, which is significantly higher than even like the
100%. So let's see, 450. How much is this? Yeah, look, this guy's $4.
Go to the next page. I think there's some to have.
Let's see. 450 is the spot to be. Oh, here, 1,750. What's this guy? But then it says 230, so I'm like, confusing to me.
Oh, well, no, that doesn't make sense. I was gonna say maybe that's like because there's less staked to it, but like if it's per amount staked, that should.
Yeah. See, yeah, there's way less staked here.
What's
Just
the one at the top that says
7,000.
500?
500.
3.
3.
I'd go to the
That's
one
not
that's
bad.
4.
Right? Let's just see how that goes. Let's go validators.
I don't know how they're doing their math over here, but
yeah, 4 boost. I'm going to take the 2 that I've earned so far just from adding this liquidity. If this doesn't do anything for us, I can always just sell it back into WBERA, which is kind of the cool thing. It's like, okay, if I don't get how to participate in this like governance side, I can just cut.
B Wicked says the claim to another wallet is kind of nice feature. I'd like to see Wax on Edge add that feature, although it's probably a function of the staking contract.
Yeah, it could be. I do like there is several like swaps out there that let you like swap and have the tokens received to a new wallet so that the swap isn't like, a transfer from your wallet to something else. It's like a transfer to the swap contract and then from the swap contract to a new wallet, which that's always kind of nice too. Okay, so I staked it now. Okay, here, so it's queued. 4 hours it looks like is the queue. So I feel like if you unstake it, it's probably going to be something similar to that, right? I
don't even know that you do unstake. I think you just stake it to. Except I'm confused because don't you have some staked right now?
I thought I did. I guess we'll see once this is staked.
Well, go back to the other one. Go back to the other one that you were boosting.
Oh yeah, let's see.
I feel like the question of the staking is, can you sell what is currently boosted?
So I guess since I just committed some, let's see if I go back to swap and redeem. No, yeah, it's gone. So I can't. So I guess I wonder if it like booted my stake once it went to 100% commission or something.
No, I think it booted it because you just staked it to the new one.
Okay, that must be too. Yeah,
but it still doesn't answer how you unstake.
Yeah, that part was weird. I thought I had staked that and it was just stuck. But okay, I mean, I guess I'll leave this here and see what happens.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm curious about now is it does say I did earn 11 cents worth of, honey. Where would I go to claim that?
Not sure.
Because wouldn't it also be in the validator? Because this was the person I had staked to. I don't see like a claim. Let's go back to validators. My boost. Okay. This is the person I staked to initially. All right, let's see. Incentives.
Wait, scroll up. It says your boost, you have no current.
No queued boosts.
What do the analytics say if you click? Less and less rewards getting distributed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think you gotta wait 4 hours.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
I think whatever was happening over here just switched
because it seemed like I did earn some kind of honey for like having done the stake of the BGT, but it also is unclear where I would claim that honey at this point.
Did it just enter your wallet when you did the new boost? Like, what are the transactions on a DEX screener? Or not a DEX screener, a blockchain explorer.
Looks like.
Like, is it possible you claimed it when you moved your stuff?
It looks like it's still in the rewards contract. Like here, under rewards, it still need to be claimed, it seems. I do have 3.3 honey in here, so I guess it'd be hard to tell if some of it was already just sent to me because I don't know exactly how much I had. I guess I'll just keep track of it now, having looked at it.
Thank you for the raid, Blackfang.
There we go. Also, since we're looking here, it looks like we got airdropped some stupid shit. Like him, I don't know what that is. Or JBan. Looks like 1 JBan and 6.9 him.
For the raiders, we are currently looking at the Bera blockchain. There's a new proof of proof of liquidity. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Proof of liquidity blockchain. So like Bitcoin is proof of work, where you need electricity, lots of electricity. Proof of stake is like Ethereum. And then this new concept is proof of liquidity, where it's people providing liquidity have the power of governance over the blockchain rather than the miners or the people who are just holding liquidity or like staking.
Yeah, it's still like a staking system, but I think the staking is influenced by the liquidity holders.
Well, the thing you earn to stake is for providing liquidity.
Yeah.
So you can't just stake, bear a token, and only be involved in that. You have to be involved in their DeFi ecosystem if you would like to participate in their governance, which is not the case for even say like Wax. Like I guess Wax like was for a second with Wax G, but then Wax G ended up being used for no governance. So it's like that was a little bit of a Charlie Brown lift the ball up. They're like, "You want this governance token?" Then they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Dang, 500% APR. This might be something I need to
I don't know what that token is though. LBGT.
It's a liquid BGT token.
Oh,
so
okay.
instead of it being like a soulbound, you can like redeem it to their wallet and they give you LBGT for it. And then you can come, I think it is here. Bear Paw is the fucking thing. Where they have you can stake here, and instead of earning BGT tokens like you would normally, you would earn LBGT tokens. It's the same vaults that I'm in, actually. It's on the hub. It's the Honey Wrapped Bureau one. Where's that one? Here, this one. This is like the same pool that I'm in right now. But I guess it's also boosting your BGT because it looks like they're offering 200%, where I'm only making 100% in the hub pool. See? They're 111%. Interesting. And then you can stake here the BGT tokens. It looks like they're paying an APR directly. And then it looks like this is where I don't know if I'd go here. I'd just stake it over in on the hub because they're paying ridiculous APRs over here.
Shout out to Black Fang who rated us. Ludi creator. Black Fang is also doing you sent me this on the old Telegram, but doing custom Ludi PFPs redeemable for Twitch points. So 150,000 Twitch channel points. You can I guess redeem a custom Ludi PFP. I don't know exactly how that works. Like, you get to choose everything. Like, do you get to choose each attribute? I'm not exactly sure what the custom part is, but Ludis are pretty rare. So if you can get one for watching the stream, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, no doubt. That is really cool. I should look if I don't think I have enough points, but I should look if I can just start a grind.
Nian Heroes starts tomorrow. Dope.
Oh shit.
I'm down to play with you, Quadrell, if you're playing. I don't know if I'm still in. You invited me to some server, and I might have left that server where it's like Nian Heroes groups. There's a lot of weird like drama between. I don't know. You invited me to the server to play with some people, and then like the server blew up with people fighting in her that have been like friends for a long time. Just like, I don't know any of these people. This is awkward.
That's pretty funny. You're just like in a fight of people like you don't know and have beef that like predates you.
Yeah, I don't know. It came down to like, because you can earn through these things. So like, they're creating teams within the server for a tournament, and people are like, "Oh, you're putting me on the B team. Like, we're not going to win." And you're like, I don't know. There's drama between like what teams were made for a tournament, but I don't know. Like, realistically, no offense if any of those people are watching, but like, I don't think any of the people in that server are good enough to be winning a tournament. And like I don't know. Like, I'm pretty decent at video games, but like, I get my ass whooped in competitive. Like, if I tried to just go join like any competitive FPS tournament, like I would get absolutely bodied by 16-year-olds. And like, most of the people playing NFT games, I think, are kind of in a similar situation. So like, anybody that actually is into competitive gaming that gets into these like tournament things are just gonna wreck all of us fucking basically boomers out here that fucking have slow ass reaction times trying to like we're into the technology, but we're the first 16-year-old that hears about NFT game is gonna fucking take all of our money.
Yeah, circle of life. And I can't ignore this 500 APR, so I'm gonna just move into it from a position I have in what's it called? Beefy Finance. So Beefy, like you can automate the pool that we were just looking at a second ago. This pool, for everyone watch what I'm doing here. This pool that I'm in also exists on Beefy Finance, which is a aggregator. So if you go to vaults, and I've isolated Berachain here, and you can see under all vaults, there's these different vaults, and then so like what is the one we were just looking at is Rep Bera and Honey. And then here, it's denominated in APY, but it's basically taking the APR that you're earning on the hub vault, which is this APR plus the pool APR, and swapping this back into liquidity, automatically compounding into the pool. So like basically, instead of earning BGT tokens or earning some sort of other reward, your liquidity position just grows and grows over time. But 572% is nuts. Like,
You're doing that on Beefy, right? Did you say that?
580. Yeah. So this is Beefy for the automatic compounding, but it doesn't look like the 500% pool has been added to Beefy yet to automatically do that. But that's such a high APR. I want in on that. So I'm gonna take some of my Rapbira and try to make a position in this pool. So let's see.
But for people who are unfamiliar, Beefy is like a DeFi aggregator.
Yeah, exactly.
Or layer 2, right? Like they're all layer 2 on there, pretty much.
For Beefy, yeah, mostly layer 2s. Although Berachain is technically a layer 1 chain.
So,
but there's
Beefy's not exclusively for Bera. You could use Beefy with
or
Avalanche or Base, like
BNB chain,
all these different
Chronos.
chains.
Chronos, Ethereum is the layer 1 again.
For those
Frax
who are
Trail.
not super deep into DeFi, I would basically say like
this is a really good way.
This is like the liquidity pool version of Wax on Edge. Like Wax on Edge tells you where you can put your trades. So if you like want to trade Wax into Ethereum, or that's probably a bad example. Do we have we don't have Ethereum on Wax, really, not liquidity at least. Say Wax into USDC from Solana. Wax on Edge will tell you the best route to do that. This will tell you if you want to put up Ethereum or USDC versus Wax, where you can put up that liquidity to receive the highest APR reward for both staking, like the rewards you get from the trading fees, but then also if there are any additional incentives from the dexes, like a farming a farm reward. So I don't know, it works pretty good. Like I'm a big fan of what Beefy does. It's still not like bulletproof. Like people can get scam tokens on Beefy. Like it's not like everything on there is like super above board, but they do also have like trust levels and stuff. Like it can tell you like how trusted, which again, you're kind of taking their word for it, but I'd say overall, especially if you stick to like, they have a thing that says like blue chip tokens or whatever that you can click. If you click that, you're probably not going to be getting into as much weird meme token nonsense. But yeah, I really like that.
Yeah. They'll also break down here. I'll show you in just a second. I want to stake this liquidity and see how 500% APR starts to print into this position. But they also break down like the kind of like what are the tokens in the pool, because a lot of the times you can find on like Alcor or something like a high interest or high yield vault, but it's like, what the fuck is this coin? Beefy also does a good job of like telling us what exactly we're participating in, not just what's available, but like breaks it down. Here, I'll show you once this stake transaction goes through. Done and done. So let's see. If I go to vaults now, my reward vaults. No, maybe it's pools. My pools. No, it's got to be vaults then.
It might just be hasn't loaded. Like you need a hard refresh.
Yeah, I guess let's see.
It shouldn't be vaults, right? It should be pools.
Yeah.
Didn't you just add
Pools.
liquidity?
I did. I added to this pool and the reward vault for it. So it says right here it's staked. And I can't see where I can claim the fees for it just yet, but it might, like Liz said, I mean, I literally just did it, so I can come check on this again in a second. First, I want to show off what we're talking about with the Beefy. If you're ever on Beefy Finance, and then on the top, go to Vaults, you can see here's all the different blockchains it runs on. Right now, it's going to show us everything. I'm going to just get clear. It's just going to show us everything. Then you can, click on the APR and now sort by APR. So, the top APR paying thing right now is 25.3 billion%.
Those are generally the sketchy things to be jumping into.
Yeah, and keep in mind it's APR. So if you mouse over, it'll also tell you what the APR is, not the APY. So 25 billion is a lot, but 1,987% APR is what you're actually, more realistically going to be earning if you're in a pool like this. The other thing to consider is these pools that say CLM. It's CLM stands for Concentrated Liquidity Management.
Those are fees. Those are not farming rewards.
Exactly, and this is fees collected from a liquidity.
That
range
also means that asset is
infinite.
volatile as fuck if it's giving you that APY and it's not a farming reward. It's only fees. That means there's a shit ton of trading happening.
You can see it's definitely dropped out of its range. So if I looked at this token, I'm pretty sure KIM is taking a massive shit.
I want to address we have a few comments. Quadrell says, Ready Player One game is to be released soon. It is Web3. It's called OP3N and it's on the Epic Store. And a new game in the style of Among Us called Castle of Blackwater. See, that sounds like...
Among Us sounds pretty cool, actually.
If I'm just going to guess, zero research, zero info, the chance of making an Among Us successful versus a Ready Player One, I'm gonna guess that the Among Us is an easier universe to build. I feel like the problem with some Web3 stuff is people got overly ambitious. They're like, I'm gonna build the next World of Warcraft. It's that's not an easy thing to build. Yes, it does make sense for Web3, like Immersus or whatever. Everything you mine is an NFT. Cool concept, but to build an MMORPG is pretty fucking hard to do. And not many people have done it successfully, and those that have, it takes years and teams. So I mean, I'll try it. OP3N, but I am more excited about a Among Us style on Steam. Also, is big,
right? That's
Web3
cool.
game. So Castle of Blackwater. You got to add all this stuff to our list. We got Neon Heroes to try out. We got Castle of Blackwater, and then. Boom Shankar is asking, are you into the Sonium badge farming? And that's also, I'm not, but I am interested in Sonium, and there's some way you can get a NFT badge or something on their chain. How do we do that, Boom Shankar? If you have any documents or resources you can post in the chat, I would love to check that out after Max finishes. Let's do a giveaway really quick and then get back to Beefy.
Get back to some DeFi nonsense.
I have the BaraHub link here. Exclamation point Neon if you'd like to join our giveaway. We'll give away 1 million Wolf. I think I need to reset our liquidity pool pretty soon too. I guess you can check that when we go back to the wax moves that we'll make this week. But yeah, I think it's been about January, February, March. Yeah, it's probably, I think January was when I last updated it. Beginning of April will probably be when it cuts off. Runeverse just launched today. What is Runeverse? I'm gonna start Googling a few of these things while people are joining this giveaway.
Yeah, we're at 10 days left. That should be plenty of time to top it up without lapse.
Whenever I hit him up, it just starts whenever, so if I did it now, we'd lose those 10 days. He just hits it. Makes sense.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Which gives a higher reward for each day, but I try to get it pretty close to the... Let's see, Open is a AAA Battle Royale game. Yeah... I just don't like battle royale games. I feel like a battle
that's
royale
also not my
game
style.
made in Unreal is like the meta for like like a decent graphic game that's kind of shoddy. Like, yeah, we'll make this an Unreal so like the universe looks really good, but then like the actual gameplay isn't very smooth.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, good graphics, I mean. Certainly isn't a gameplay trailer. That's pretty sick too, like an Atari console. I like what they're putting down so far. That kind of reminds me of like a Final Fantasy looking character. Well, cinematic trailer. It'll be on the Epic Game Store. Take your first steps into a real world. I was trying to read open world, and it's open is the name of the game, which is broke my brain. A world inspired by and interwoven with the Ready Player One universe. Meet both new and familiar characters from your favorite brands and projects as you forge a name for yourself in a retro-futuristic setting. Route with nostalgic energy, compete and collaborate with allies and rivals alike to secure victory. I don't know, in theory this sounds cool, but literally every single time someone's tried this, it has not worked well in Web3.
That's the catch.
Alright, and what else do we want to look at? We had Castle of Blackwater, and then I want to look, see if there's any with the Sonium badges. Yeah. Oh, and Runiverse.
Oh yeah, baby.
All right.
That 500% is cooking. I already got 0.02 BGT.
Nice. That's really good compared to what you were doing before. Sonium ecosystem DApps criteria for badges. Ecosystem badges, expanding the community one badge at a time. So I guess each one of these has a badge.
Okay.
And you get one on Kaio Finance. If you trade at least $100 total volume on Kaio Finance and complete at least 10 transactions, including one liquidity position, you must do that by April 1st. I guess these are all by April 1st.
Okay.
But each one of these...
That's something, I mean, you could do that in 10 minutes. Hey. With like $15.
Get out of there, Penguino. He's trying to eat out of my garbage can. Spray him with some water. He purrs when I spray him with water, though. I don't think he dislikes it.
Oh my gosh.
I think
he loves water.
Like, yeah, he's weird with like his consumption of water. Like, he likes to drink water, running water, like he likes to drink out of the faucet and stuff. And I think he's using it as a way, like, I spray him so much that he licks it off his fur, and I think he likes that. He's using it as a water delivery system.
What a little goon.
Sown FI 10 transaction perpetual perp, it says 10 transactional swap, quick swap. So yeah, I mean, if you want to look at these,
you'll probably get most of those. Like a lot of that overlaps. 10 swaps plus 10 perps is going to get
these
you
are different platforms
of
though.
Volume and stuff. Oh, I see.
Like on each of these platforms. Hey.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay, yeah. SownFi is like its own like perp market, and then Quick Swap is Dex.
Yeah, each one of these, and I assume you get a badge for each dApp. One badge at a time. Like. And I don't know what the badges are good for, but if you're interested in farming badges on Sonium, which is the new Sony, like PlayStation.
Yeah,
blockchain.
Sony, like the major media mogul.
I also have not clicked any of these links or know how legitimate any of this is, so do your own research. We trust Boom Shankar, but always do.
And also, it does seem like Sony is like Sonium ecosystem endorsements are being paid at. Like, so
I just don't know what paragraph.xyz is. This website, which has all the links that I linked.
I would say, do it with clean wallets.
If you're not into DeFi shit, there's a bunch of NFT stuff too. It's like Bureau, mint one new Bureau Squad NFT each week for 4 weeks. Collect all 4
Okay.
NFTs to complete a set and qualify for the Bureau SBT airdrop. And there's a bunch of these. The Uni, the Fractal Visions, the Sonova, OmniHub.
Damn.
So,
That's
yeah, I
kind
don't
of
know.
cool.
I don't know
Seems
what
like Sony's kind of like winding up a bit. It seems like.
I don't know what the badges are good for though. I feel like the move, this is my non-financial advice move, is like,
Yeah.
you can break even on any of these, like, you know, trade at least $100 if you basically wash trade and not lose any money, like,
Yeah.
and then get the badge, and then the badge is sellable, and you can somehow flip the badge. I feel like flip it on the hype. It's like, you know, this
That's
is
what I was
like,
thinking.
these are like all the badges that used to drop for whitelist for wax projects, where it's like, I don't know that any of these are even going to be successful necessarily, but like, I do know that people bought into the hype. So
Yeah.
I feel like that would be my strategy. But again, I don't know. Are these non-transferable badges? I don't know anything about the badges. So I don't even know if you can. But it says you'll be able to mint the Sodium Ecosystem badge. You'll be able to. There's a snapshot. So yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe I'm not reading our chat. Did
Oh yeah, let me pull that up.
Boom Shankar have anything else to say? Said there's an ACS campaign that rewards ASTR, maybe fair drops.
Okay. ASTR isn't bad either. I'm a fan of that one. That's like a Aster chain. That's another layer 2.
Rooneyverse World. So friggin' wet, Penguino. This spray you down. Pay for free. I like that. That's a good start.
Yeah. Price is right.
Also, like live paper is a good like way to call a white paper like a living document rather than like this is never gonna change. So pretty much every
That's
game
true.
on Wax should have done instead of screw people over by changing like
core it's so easy to just be like, oh yeah, this is the meta as we launch, and then changing it. But everyone wanted to like adopt the like diction from, you know, the decentralized market side of like crypto, which made no sense in gaming.
So this looks like looks very much like a Final Fantasy Tactics style game. You're battling and you have spells.
Yeah. Okay. I don't hate this.
Create characters. Play as your NFT wizard in game. That seems cool.
That's cool. That's similar to like that. It's giving me like the like DeFi Kingdoms or like Defira, kind of like.
DeFi Kingdoms never actually really had a game though. Like,
yeah, that's true. Although those were all more about like the decks than they were about the game.
that's what I'm saying. Like, they were like, we're building a game based off this shit, but like the game was not central. Okay,
Yeah.
last call for this giveaway. 1 million Wolf tokens.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Has a cult following.
Okay, that's kind of. I mean, it looks cool.
I might check it out. I've been looking for a new. Like, I don't really have an NFT game I'm playing right now. Damn, this wizard sell for almost 2K. Well, I will play it for free, but I will not be playing it for $2,000 wizards.
That's a little out of my budget.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, that's a little pricey.
All right, here we go.
But that's also nothing new for like the crypto kind of like gaming space. People charging crazy valuations for their in-game items.
I'm right now most excited about FIFA Rivals. Folks over at NFL Rivals are expanding over to soccer, aka football everywhere else. I think that'll be big. I think a collectible trading card, like arcade soccer game, could be huge. Soccer's like way bigger than NFL internationally.
I think so too.
And NFL Rivals is like at least like moderately fun, I would say. Like even if you're not like the biggest football fan, like
No, I agree. I like NFL Rivals.
the gameplay mechanics are decent. So I have high hopes for Rivals, FIFA Rivals. Then they're also working on the Penguins Block Party game or whatever it's called, like the Penguin Party.
Oh yeah, which
And-
is like Blankos, but with penguins. Pudgy penguins.
I mean, we don't know what Blankos is at the moment.
Ooh, there's a second spot of red.
It's what we assumed would be Blankos on mobile. But Blankos mobile, no one's actually really seen, so we don't know what Blankos mobile is yet.
Yeah, that's true.
But those are the games that I'm excited for. I don't know that Blankos mobile is even going to come out this year, though, so I believe FIFA Rivals will. I don't know. I'm following all those.
FIFA Rivals I'm also pretty excited for. I still have a decent amount of assets on my NFL Rivals, which I might consider
I've been
consolidating,
offloading.
Yeah,
I sold a bunch before the season ends because once the season ends, the prices kind of tank.
Yeah.
There's a little uptick because they do in between the seasons they do what is going on with this? Anchor is so slow sometimes.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
But
Wax on Eggs is pretty good though. Still.
Buddy, do you need to get sprayed again? Just asking for it.
Spray me, daddy.
Train of thought. You were so distracting. Hold him up. I'll show everybody the little demon. Oh, Penguino.
Hi. Look at that. Oh. His eyes, like the black of his eyes, get super thin sometimes or super wide other times. It's got quite the range on his pupils.
He just wants attention.
Yeah, sweetie.
Sorry I can't give you attention while I'm friggin' streaming, bud. Okay, there we go. I can click the sign manually button. That took so long to pop up.
Weird.
Baseball starts tomorrow. I don't know if anybody's interested in that. Major League Baseball. America's sport.
America's pastime is the saying I was here.
I think baseball's kind of boring, to be honest.
Yeah, I got a Dodgers hat the other day though, so I'm ready for it.
That I actually I don't know why. I don't know. When did you get the hat? How recently was it?
Like yesterday at Costco.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 days ago or something. I was I've lived in LA long enough that I feel like I should have an LA a Dodgers hat.
That's pretty much why I like it.
I've been here over 10 years. I think I've lived here almost as long as I lived. No, I lived in Washington longer, but it's becoming pretty quickly one of the longest places I've ever lived. So I was
this is the place I've lived the longest now too.
I'm flipping back over to you, Max.
Let me show off this hat. It's like $12 at Costco. It's fucking dope.
That's a good deal. I'm gonna open up another giveaway form and then flip back over to Max. 77-bit. Which is 77-bit? Oh, okay, it's a collection.
Yeah. Little LA hat. And I think it says Dodgers on the side somewhere here.
Oh, there it is. I'm surprised you got a gray one though. Why didn't you get blue? Oh, you didn't hear me say that. Did you choose? Was there a blue one? Did you choose gray?
Yeah, there was the Dodgers blue as well.
I feel like you got to go blue if you're going Dodgers. Gray.
I liked the gray. I would have gone black, but they didn't have black. But I liked gray. They had a dark blue, and I think that was it, just gray and dark blue. But $12. That's crazy. Those hats are way more expensive everywhere else I've seen them.
I don't really wear hats. My hat that I have right now is my hat.
That's me too, actually. I don't wear hats that often. Yeah. Esports betting expert. That's
esports betting expert. That's my.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
I love this hat. Sandbox Season 5. Got contact for a possible collab, so we'll be trying it. That's dope. Also recently collaborated with Jurassic World. I started playing that Jurassic World,
that's cool.
Jurassic Evolution game I started playing recently. I can't figure out if I like it or hate it though. Like I've done like 2 or 3 missions. I don't know if it still is. It was free on Epic Games if anybody's into that.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the crypto market for a second. I feel like
It is what
I
we're supposed to
wanna
be doing today.
yeah, right. I wanna I was about to take a look at our DeFi wallet, but I was like, wait, let's look at the market first. We missed last week, but we had been saying like we're looking for a bit of a retest and then a probably continuing, lower high, lower low pattern. Looking at the daily chart for Bitcoin, that's basically what's happened over the last 2 weeks. You have the retest kind of come up, approaching our resistance where we'd expected resistance to hold, which it's kind of slowed down in the last couple days. Too early to call it a lower high yet. It actually has to like not hold here. But you can see the on balance or the RSI, so the strength index, kind of like running out of steam. At the same time, though, zooming all a little further out to the weekly, like we had been looking at the weekly, the SRSI has room to continue upwards on the weekly, and same with our resistance is a little higher when you zoom that far out. So our resistance is still between like 90 and 93,000 or so, just like it was weeks ago. So basically, looking for the market to retest to that range 93,000 on the weekly, and then on the daily chart it looks like maybe it's giving signs of like, oh, it actually is running out of steam around 88 89 here, where it is starting to curve down, but again, too early to call that yet. Either way, that's still in play, and so the market has been looking like kind of bearish, not super amazing. And that's also in line with like the stock market. Here's the SPY. This is, stock market had been starting to do a bigger sell-off. SPY, by the way, is the S&P 500. And then similarly with crypto, we got a retest over the last 2 weeks. Similarly, pushing up to like daily support, not even convincingly, kind of like weekly. But also, same deal. If we go to the weekly chart here, you can see a little bit more convincingly for this than for Bitcoin. You can see how Bitcoin had actually pushed a little bit above its support line, whereas the SPY has been kind of just like dragged up along it more reliably, I would say, because it's a bigger, more mature market. But you can see we did, get that weekly sell off. We got our bear print here, but haven't flipped the color yet. And that flip is likely going to happen as we retest and fail to capture, the old support level and make a lower high. So basically, we were confirming here our first lower low with stocks in a long time. Looking at all these previous lows, they're all higher lows with higher highs following. So this is the first time we got our higher low. I'm sorry, our lower low. And so what we're basically looking for is the lower high to be more or less our last chance to kind of like exit before the next lower low, like the next move down. Same goes for Bitcoin now, So we had, been climbing, making highs, higher lows, and then finally, especially looking at it, the weekly style here, finally, this getting still a higher high here, but finally making a lower low than these previous lows. Still not super like devastating yet, with the previous low around 70,000 being like a crazy painful area. I don't know that we even make it that far down, but definitely it seems like in the stars here that the continuing, retest, rejection, and then a probably retest of those lower ranges, like, which would be where these kind of candles peaked out last time. This will be our next support level where we should form our next, lower low, seeing as we got our low here, kind of retest, push down, and then you could expect to find again support up here, and maybe not immediately bounce if it's very bearish. Maybe we push down to like where the bulk of these fatter candles are, so you get kind of a before we push up higher, and then again lower high, lower low, keep pushing down is what would be the case if we're going to get a bearish kind of like flip here. Right now it's still the earliest of early indicators on this weekly chart, showing us like, okay, the market's giving us our first lower low. We want that confirmed with a lower high, and that's what we're waiting for still on the weekly. Looking at it on the daily chart, however, we have been, you get a little bit cleaner sense of like the lower lows here. This kind of like was faking us out, starting with lower lows or lower highs and then another low here, but then making a higher high. Daily chart obviously going to give more fake outs than the longer term time frames, but you can see since then we've been getting, you know, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. And so if this is going to hold as a lower high here, the next step would be, you know, forming the next lower low coming up. And for that to basically hold, we'd need Bitcoin to, you know, hold above this previous low. So basically above like 84K or something for Bitcoin, it can still move down there, find support and move up and not have made a new lower low. Same goes for ETH is a little cleaner with its like lower highs and lower lows. You can kind of see them. And similarly here, we pretty much need 1950 or so to like almost where we are here, right? This like needs to hold now as support, or we are gonna get, you know, this as a lower high again after another lower low. So then we'd expect it to continue making lower lows, following the pattern that we've been seeing here this whole time already. We'll have to see. It's definitely approached. You see, just like the last few times, it's approached the support region here, the strength band, and just like the last time when it approaches that strength band and becomes overbought, like you can see here and here, you can see these are the overbought sections right as it's touching, and now again here, that generally is where we get, you know, rejected and get those bigger moves down. We'll have to see if that's how it plays out this time too. Definitely expecting to see a little bit of a continuing of the trend, which is, you know, the trend we've been waiting to see, which is basically the retest up to make a lower high and then following with a lower low. So basically what I'm looking at now is like, have we on the daily chart made that lower high now? And are we about to see the lower low pattern play out? Or because when we zoom out with the weekly chart, we still are a little bit, you know, on the oversold end of the spectrum, really haven't gotten, you know, the chance to retest from this previous sell-off. Are we maybe going to see the retest continue? Of course, the takeaway here is, you know, we're not 100% feeling either bullish or bearish, although the overwhelming trajectory here feels bearish. Like we're expecting, even though if we're expecting the short term we do continue upward, we're expecting that upward momentum to run out and form a lower high. You know, same with Bitcoin here, and then same with the stock market. So you got the SPY, and here's the QQQ, which is the Nasdaq index, doing kind of the same thing. As far as, you know, starting to signal the first low, you know, lower low, and then now we need to see that lower high to kind of confirm this as a market reversal trend. Otherwise, this is just like a deviation, and the market can continue bullish. With all that in mind, let's take a look at like the DeFi positions we're fucking around with and shuffle them a little bit. So I'm going to go over to Alcor and log into the DeFi wallet. It's been, I feel like, a little too long since I played with this.
Guino's going crazy in my room.
What's he playing with?
He's playing with a little mouse toy that got stuck to a Velcro strap.
Oh yeah,
That's okay.
he'll go for it. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got from last time here. Wallet pools. We're in 4 different pools. Wax AGAR. I forgot what we did that. And then we got you know, kind of like our staple pool, Rook LS Wax. We've been in for a long time.
I think that was the one that had like crazy APR, but was like, we're like, this looks like it might be a scam.
Yeah, well, let's see how that went. We stayed in it maybe a little longer than we want to. Let's find out. I'm gonna see what do we put into that pool. So let's go back to our wallet. This is on we're looking at blocks.io. Looking at our wallet, I got here by just clicking the numbers up here on Alcor. I want to take a look at what did we here. Here's the transaction from last week. So we added 38 of these AGAR tokens and a counterpart of 10 wax. So okay, so 10.7 wax is what we added. So about 20-ish wax last week. I think we were way lower than that. Yeah, we're at 4.5 now. So and 90 AGAR tokens, so way more AGAR tokens. But also, you know, like half of our wax is gone.
What did you make in farming though?
I guess that's the next step here. Let's take a look. If we go to farm, the problem with the farm is going to be that it's going to pay us Agar tokens, but let's see. We made 23 of these Agar tokens.
That's not even worth shit.
So yeah, let's see if we go.
Compared to losing half your wax, that 23 Agar tokens is not going to bring back half the wax.
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to ape into. Also, we let that run for 2 weeks, I think, which is just insane for like degen play. But let's see where we're at. So this would have been close to 20 wax, I'd say. Right? Because we put 10 and we were doing it full range. I'm pretty sure we were full range. Let's see. Were we full range pull? Yeah. So yeah. This would have been 20 wax total, and now it's like 9 wax. So definitely deal. Let's, I guess, start by removing this. I don't want to sell the earned stuff into my own liquidity. So now that I've removed that,
I think that was also that was all like profit from another position. So
yeah, exactly. That was all the rewards we had made from like previous claim. So really, we've lost half of the rewards that we earned from the previous time we claimed everything, which isn't ideal. But let's see how much it amounts to here once we sell our Agar counterpart and the earned fees that we just claimed. Which, by the way, if you're unfamiliar, if you close a liquidity position the way I just did, it automatically claims the fees. You don't have to do that separately. But let's take a look. Oh, I'm curious to see the chart now too. I'm pretty sure it's going to be. Ooh. See. Interesting route. I guess. Let's wait till it actually finds the route. Oh yeah. That's not the kind of chart we want to see. I think we got into it like around like here or something where it was looking like maybe we had dumped off. It fell below where it had launched. So we were like, oh, maybe we play it, and then, you know. So even though we got in, even if we got in here, it's still fallen another 42% since then. Not surprising because it's super like printing right now. So here I'm going to swap. I'm going to get 5.8 wax back for the liquidity counterpart plus all the rewards. So our 20 wax is now 10.56 wax. Let's do something less risky with it this time. I'm gonna go back over to Alcor, and I want to grab the rest of my it's all white. I want to grab the rest of my farming rewards and then take a look at if there's other opportunities and if I want to rotate into them versus hold what I currently have. Basically, is the next step here. So I'm going to come up here under earn farms and then claim all rewards in the top right. Sign that success. Okay. Moving forward, checking the next part is how much are we earning still and what we're still cooking with. 60% APR is pretty solid. 21% with 10 days left, which we know is going to get replenished. So not super worried about that. Same with the replenishment of this. Also, 10 days is enough for us to be back here in 7 days and reassess. 142% is also pretty impressive. Let's go back to this one and take a look at what we have in what was that one then? 142%. We have 24. So still about, we did 50 wax here. So we're basically still holding 50 wax total bilateral liquidity, but we're earning quite a bit. Meaning if we come back here now, we should be able to swap all those rewards into wax and then take a look at what we have that we can do for the coming, week here as our high risk swing. That way we're going to stick with, swinging into more risky nonsense with just our rewarded assets. And we'll just keep what we have in these pools that have been kind of tried and true for so long to continue to fund our, lunacy here. So let's swap everything that we've earned from this past into wax and see where we're at. Looks like we got 19.4 LS wax. That'll be from the Rook pool. That's not bad. That's gonna be like 22 or something actual wax. Wax and edge is also getting kind of slow right now. I think
Just like
it has to.
Wax API issues.
Yeah, I think that has to do with the APIs as well.
I think we talked about it last week, but they removed the fee to sign up for a new Wax wallet, which is kind of cool.
That is cool. I feel like there needs to be like no yeah, like hurdle to get into like this as a new person, but I also understand the like issue of abuse and botnets and all that.
I mean, that was what I've been saying for years now is like,
Yeah, almost
you can't
22.
sign up with an email and just start fucking with dApps. Like, it's never going to take off to
Yeah.
the gaming crowd and or the average person crowd. That being said, there still needs to be games and dApps for people to want to sign up for a wallet for, and that is what I think Wax is severely lacking at the moment. But it is nice the infrastructure exists. If somebody wants to build some cool shit, they can now onboard people more easily.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a big reason why you and I are even here. Is like,
Yeah,
if it costs money to play Alien Worlds, I don't know you and I would have done that.
definitely not.
I mean, we ended up paying money, like to buy tools and stuff.
But it
But
didn't
after we
not to
tried
get
it for free,
hooked.
it was like
Yeah.
trying it
You
for free
got
is
me
like,
hooked for
okay,
free.
now I see, and if I put money in, then I get more TLM back. So like,
Yeah.
but I probably
I ended
wouldn't
up
have put
buying a
money
bunch of
in.
TLM too because I was like, I want to stake it for these rare crypto monkeys.
But I think that's pretty important. So much
Definitely, that's a big
negative.
step. I think
Yeah, like as much as I
to
don't
get
like
that
what the
back.
Wax team has been doing, that I think is a good move. Got to shout them out for the good, not just the
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, that's good. That's definitely a nice thing to be able to be like, oh yeah, just sign up here and with your wallet, and like I can send you stuff.
Even with like the free, like making people free claim codes if you go to a convention in person, it's like it's so much easier if they can just sign up with their Gmail and then scan the free claim code with their camera instead
Yeah,
of being like, hey, now you need to like source Wax to make the wallet. But even then, like
damn,
when
almost
you guys went
5.
to the NFT museum in Seattle, like they gave us codes to onboard people, but even that is much
Yeah,
more difficult than being able to sign them through
yeah, it's
Google.
just cumbersome.
Like having to have a code that you type in, like I don't know. I don't know. This is definitely a step in
It's
the right
definitely a good
direction.
step. I agree.
Well, a step back in the right direction. This is when we first used Wax 5 years ago. You could sign up for an account for free.
Yeah. Oh man, should we do another insane thing? No, I don't know. That didn't go so well last time. So we're down. We have 37 wax that we can dick around with. I guess there's also some woof I could swap. Let's see. Swap the woof as well. That might get us to 40 wax or so. Where did the woof come from? The woof probably comes from trading on Wax on Edge, right? I don't think we're earning woof in any of our farms.
That would make sense. And you
Oh
do use,
no, we have some neon,
yeah.
so that'll be a woof.
So you
Nice.
do use Wax on Edge for pretty much every swap. Although you don't usually swap very large amounts. Tito's fucking just digging his claw into my leg right now. What are you doing, dude?
Tito.
They're like,
I call him Big Teat. Big Teat.
they're wrestling like under my feet.
Oh, get
I'm,
him, Big Teat.
I'm just taking friggin' strays. He's trying to scratch Penguino and just missing and hitting my leg.
Here we go. Swapped. That's another 1.2 wax. Okay. Now let's go back and see where do we want to add some wax liquidity, or what do we want to do to get some more APR here? I'm scrolling through the pools available on Alcor right now. So Alcor, Earn, Farms. And then I guess sorting by APR doesn't really work well here. You know?
Yeah.
So I just won't do that. 3,000's a lot, but 2 tokens I'm unfamiliar with. We already got burned by just 1 last time. At least we still were able to recover like half our wax. With this, I'd be terrified that we would lose everything. Although it is just, earned wax right now. Let's see. The other thing I haven't done in a while is check out what kind of yields are available at Taco. Maybe I'll check out Taco Swap. Let's see. You never know. They might have something going on that I haven't been paying attention to. So your taco swap. I mean, this is absurd. Whatever that insanely high thing is. Let's do 25. Yeah, nothing super crazy. Let's do highest APR. Yeah, these are nuts though. But it's also like these pools are minuscule and full of tokens that I have no idea what they are. Except for I guess this one has a PXJ counterpart. This is, I mean, these are all insane. Farmer waxlord.gm. And what are they giving out? Bear, also a waxlord. Oh, just like a huge collection of tokens. Look at this. I don't want to deal with that. These are all nonsense. So I'm looking for something that has wax. Maybe what I can do is say wax.
I haven't tried to use Taco in so long.
Enter maybe?
Taco's dead to me.
Huh.
I'm curious
Oh,
what
I
they're
guess
doing.
they're all showing up still because Wax Lord is the name. I was like, why isn't it working if I filter a wax? But
Annoying.
so then I
One
guess I
person
have to
did.
do EOSIO.token. How about that? EOSIO.token. There we go. Get fucked. Filters. Okay, here we go. So here's someone's with high APR and not insanely shallow depth, at least. This one has 1,000 wax on the wax side, and they're paying 1.5% APR. The only downside here is the APR is paid in a host of nonsense that I don't want to filter through, so definitely won't be participating in that one. Here's one that's also paying something insane, but then again, like wheat token, these are all tokens that I don't want to get paid in nonsense. So we'll have to keep scrolling down until we find something less nonsensical.
This is all nonsense. Like literally everything on this
Yeah,
list.
I don't know. And now we're at an APR where
I would go
I'd
back to
rather be
friggin'
on.
Alcor.
Yeah, I'd rather be on Alcor too. Yeah. So we checked. Not looking
I don't know
to
that like
play
any
with any
legitimate
nonsense.
projects are launching through Taco at this point. Taco's pretty.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's hard to
Taco kind
say.
of moved over to Solana. Like they started on Wax, but I don't think they've developed anything on
Mm.
Wax in like 2 years. Like they're not.
Even when they were on Wax, to be fair, like their development was very lackluster in my opinion, as far as like having no transaction routing and like they didn't really do anything other than kind of copy the existing like swap infrastructure that Taco had initially deployed, and I'm sorry, that Alcor had initially deployed, and Alcor kind of like evolved and Taco never did. I mean, DeFi Box was more advanced than Taco Swap when they
DeFi Box was
launched.
the same shit though, where they got the
They
code
didn't do
from
shit
those people on
either.
EOS, and they weren't even
Yeah.
the developers of the code, so they like couldn't fix any of the problems with their own shit.
Okay, here's something I like. This looks insane. I mean, it's definitely nonsense, but 7,000% APR, 10,000 wax in the wax side of the pool, and the name Wurst, which is German for sausage. So this is speaking to me on many levels as a degen. Let's play with this.
It's
We're gonna do
calling me.
the Wurst. We're gonna do a Wurst token. I don't know what it is. We're not gonna do any research again. We're just gonna go 19.3 and buy Wurst with that. So come over here.
I feel like this program has reached its end if each week we're just
This
like,
is
this is a different fucking trash thing we've never heard of you can gamble on.
ein Wurst. Yeah, this is. I mean, I would say if this goes poorly too, then I say next week we'll take everything we have on this chain and try to migrate it to something where we can do something more legitimate. Because I feel like that is what I'm reduced to at the moment on Wax. Is like I gotta play these nonsense not tokens, which I mean even Wurst has. I'm expecting this downfall to continue, but until then, let's go. Let's play with our ill-gotten gains here.
All right, I'm gonna do another giveaway.
Yeah.
Starting
Yeah,
close
it
to
might take a
wrapping up.
second, but what I'm going to do is swap half of my wax into Wurst and then contribute the two counterparts in equal parts, 0 to infinity, to the pool.
All right. exclamation point neon in your Wax wallet if you like to try to win some of that sweet, sweet woof.
I'm in.
And tomorrow, I guess we can maybe do some gaming if Neon Heroes is back tomorrow.
Oh,
My computer sort of struggles streaming that game though, so it's not super great. For me, I guess I could try to bust out my laptop. That'd probably be smoother. I think we have like 2 weeks of off the rails videos, so we got some off the rails shit.
Yeah, I had a good one. Little Pokemon one.
Yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. How long have we been streaming right now? Only an hour. I don't know why it feels like longer.
Here we go. All right, so I've added to our degen pool there. We got some wax enforced. A little under 40 wax, 38 wax is what we started with this time.
I think.
Let's see.
Tomorrow or Friday, the playoffs for this next Counter-Strike tournament start.
Oh, do I have to reset my league?
Yeah, I should actually probably. Last didn't have the new. They didn't have the new fantasy app last time I checked. They don't usually give you a lot of time. Oh, it's up. Yeah, it starts in 1 day, 15 hours. I sort of fucking went crazy on the groups. I got rank 105 in the world.
Damn, almost broke the top 100.
Which really raised my. I need to get top 100 again in my. Problem with getting like top 30 last year in the entire world is it's so hard to beat that. But like for the entire season, I'm aiming for top 100 again, and I am 111. So I'm on track. I'm rising. The other thing is like, if you just play all of them, you're so much like. If any of these people miss a single one, then like it's very hard for them to catch up. So I feel like just doing all of them puts you in a category that like is already like. It says there's 4,000 players, but like, you know, a lot of those people only play 1 or 2 events, and then. Ooh, I'm gonna figure this out. Not that anybody gives a shit, but I'm trying to be a little risky. Like the smart move would be, I guess, bet on Spirit, bet on Vitality. They've been winning everything. They're literally the only 2 teams that have won anything this year in tournaments that they're in. But
I mean, I gotta go donk.
They're on the same bracket, which is the problem.
Wait, who's
Spirits, Navi, and Vitality are on the same side. So only one of those 3 teams can make it to the grand final. So it's like Vitality is the smart play there. Like Vitality is pretty.
So I guess Zaibu's the favorite then, huh?
Yeah, and then the other side is Mao's G2 and Eternal Fire. I'm kind of betting on Mao's. This is my sleeper pick. I think Mao's can clear him. Like, you know, G2's got Monacy, who's second best player in the world. It's hard to bet against them, but G2's not been playing great. And Mao's has been playing good. Eternal Fire also, like, say Eternal Fire and G2 are the worst 2 teams in this entire thing. So that sort of thing is like, this side is the 3 strongest teams in my opinion, and this is the 3 weakest, and I think Mao's is the strongest of the weakest teams. So I'm betting on Vitality and Mao's being in the grand final. At least that's how I did my fantasy here.
Okay, that's kind of what I'm picking too. I just don't know for my last person, do I go with Chopper?
You want to see my super sweaty? I picked Major. Major, who I believe will lose to Mao's. But the way the bracket works is if you're in, they made it to the semifinals immediately, so they don't play round 1. You get plus 5 points for being on a bye. So he gets plus 5 points for not playing. And then when he does play, I'm just going to give him the 0. So then he'll get 0 when he loses in my the script that I'm writing.
I see.
So then he's at a positive and then doesn't get the negative. So like he'll be at a positive even though I don't actually ever have him play. Because then he'll be eliminated for the third round. So then I think he gets -5, so it'll just be at 0. Which he was the absolute like one of the cheapest players in all of it. I picked him as a 0, and that allowed me to pick both Rops and Spinks. But yeah, we'll see. There's also a fucking huge shot that like Navi or Spirit can beat Vitality, or that Mouse can lose to G2. So this is like, I don't feel very confident in this bracket at all. I'm definitely going for like, I don't even know what it would be like the on paper, because I feel like picking Eternal Fire over G2 on paper is crazy, but G2 has been super inconsistent. So it's like hard for me to be like, G2 is definitely going to win that bracket. I feel like Mouse is going to win that bracket, but all right, let's do this giveaway. Get off track.
I'm in. I created my league for this one. That's funny. I did it like inverted tiers, where your diamond and platinum players are from Mouse. My diamond and platinum players are from. Oh, I see.
Rops is also this expensive. Yeah, I think I'd go. I think I'd go Zywoo, Torzi.
Sphinx is who I have for the next one.
Is he?
I did Sphinx and Jimpat.
You can't pick 3 players from one team.
No.
I think I go. I think I go Mezzy and then Jimpat.
Oh, okay.
You choose Flamesy.
I did, yeah. Flamesy.
JL. I don't think Navi's making it. Bad picks. Heavy got here. Fuck though. I think Heavy God clears Mezzy. But if Navi loses, that's a horrible pick. But if Navi, I mean if Vitality does, then
yeah, Vitality has to win for me to.
I also sort of feel like Brolin and Apex are the best picks here. Maybe that's what I do. Maybe do Apex, then maybe I do Heavy God. That's a fucking crazy lineup, though. Like, I gotta give Jimmy my captain. I'm doing it for now, but there's a chance I'm switching. I feel like Brawlin is the best choice for bronze. But then, like, you're missing out on points if they make it to the final. Alright. Try this for now. Do this giveaway. We'll do 2 more giveaways. We'll do this giveaway and then one after. And then call.
Yeah.
Excited for that. I'm excited for baseball. I'm in a league with my brother. We did a draft. I think my team turned out pretty good. I don't know as much about baseball as, say, NFL or Counter-Strike, but
yeah,
I'm happy with my team.
I don't know anything about baseball, at least not baseball players.
They're all like hardcore baseball fans that have been playing. Like, I think this league's been going for like 8+ years. I'd love to win just to stick it to these guys. Like, hey man, I've watched 1 baseball game in the last 10 years, I think, and that's the one that we went to with my dad and the Dodgers game.
Oh, that's right. That was fun.
I think that's the. At some point, I went to a Mariners game for Jackie's birthday. I think that might be over 10 years at this point, but yeah, I don't watch baseball at all, so I'm purely going off of stats.
You got to wear your hat when you like win.
Esports gambling
expert. Yeah.
Not even an esport. Funny. But yeah, I mean, I won my league last year in baseball, but I would say at least half the people quit halfway through, so it was not competitive at all. So this will be like a much better test of if I'm actually any good at fantasy baseball.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. I like wasn't really looking forward to it, and then all of a sudden now I'm really looking forward to it. Look forward to it until you start losing, and then it's like if I lose my first 3 weeks, then I'm just like, fuck this game. But as of now, I'm undefeated, have a potential to go undefeated the whole season. So exclamation point Neon if you want to join this last giveaway of our stream will be for 1 million woof.
1 million.
Counter-Strike's going crazy this year, though. Like, I don't know. I'm so stoked on Counter-Strike as far as, like, I mean, I don't know if you remember, like, we had the Pro League was, like, last week.
Yeah.
And then Blast Open. And then, like, the Blast Open ends on March 30th, so that's, I have to assume this Sunday. And then PGL Bucharest starts on April 6th.
Oh.
So we have like a 1 week break. And that's this is another one where it's like Vitality's not there, Spirit's not there, Navi's not there. So I'd call this a tier 1.5 tournament where the top teams are not there. But the prize pool's big. Like if you win $200,000. And it's got Eternal Fire, Mongols, G2, FaZe, Liquid, Falcons, First Pro Straw. So like this is still top tier competition, even if the top of the top tier is not there. But that's happening on the 6th, and then IEM Melbourne in Australia. That happens on April 21st to April 27th. You know, there's like a week break between PGL Bucharest and IEM Melbourne. And IEM Melbourne does have Spirit, Vitality, and Obvious. This is the big dogs. Weirdly, G2 won't be at this one. I guess G2 doesn't want to fly to Australia. That's also might be why those big teams are not going to Bucharest, is because they don't want to have to fly to Romania and then fly to Australia. Like, and then that ends April 27th. April 30th is Blast Rivals Season 1.
Damn.
And that's also like based on VRS, so like the top 4 teams in the world should be there, assuming they accept the invites. But that's on April 30th to May 4th. So like
Counter-Strike's getting good, yeah.
Yeah, we have 3 top tier tournaments this month. And that's April, sorry, so that's next. And then May, there is PGL Astana in IEM Dallas. So that's 2 tier 1 tournaments. June, there's the Austin Major. July has IEM Cologne. August has Blast Bounty and the Esports World Cup. So it's like every month there's like a large tier 1 tournament, or 2 or even 3. That's like all year, which is like, that's not how Counter-Strike was last year or the year before. I know you haven't been following it that long, but like,
yeah,
this is the most like, and also it's ramping up. Next year there's gonna be more events. Like, I don't know. Counter-Strike seems to be growing, which is sick. And it's also like, it's important for we're so off the rails right now. But like VRS is the system now, which is like the Valve ranking system. And that's like they changed it so that you can no longer have like partners. So like OG used to get invited to every Blast event because they were a Blast partner. They were a partner team. So they'd be like rank 30 something and still be playing in the top tier tournaments. That doesn't exist anymore. Like your tournament will get disqualified. Like you can't have the tournament. They won't let you do it. So over a certain amount of prize money, you have to invite based on VRS. So like they have to basically just go down the list of team rankings and ask like, hey, do you want to go? And then if they're inviting 16 teams and Spirit says no and they're number 1, then they can invite rank number 17. So like the lower ranked teams come if the top teams deny. And that's good when there are 3 tournaments in 1 month because the top teams don't want to burn out, so they won't go to all of them. So that actually gives the lower tier teams more opportunities to play, which if they can beat the top tier teams, then they get VRS points and they climb the leaderboard. So like it makes a less stagnant leaderboard, because if the same 16 teams accepted every single tournament, like no one could get, like it makes it close because no one can get it break in basically. Like how do you get enough points to get into the top 16 if you're never allowed to play against the top 16? Because by beating the top 16, they will lose a ton of points and you'll gain a bunch. So like by having these kind of like tier 1.5 tournaments where the top teams don't go in, it allows new new people to come in and potentially like kick the old guard out, which is like kind of important for a ranking system, like because otherwise it becomes the same shit as the system where you could invite partners, where it's like OGs coming no matter what because they're a partner, even if they're a worse team. Like you might get a team that kind of like just gets grandfathered into the top 16, keeps getting invited to tournaments and losing them, but like the other teams just don't get the invite, so they can't get the points to like pass them. I don't know. But the VRS system has been a thing for like 3 months now. It's still new and they're still working at the kinks, so it's kind of fun to see how it works, see them adjust stuff. That's also why that like female team kept getting invited to events for like, I don't know if they fixed why that was happening, but like, yeah, they're working at the kinks.
That is a funny thing to like be like, oh, there's also this going on.
It's fun. It's like, you know, it's uncharted territory in Counter-Strike. They've never done the system before. So like, there's obviously, it's not going to be 100% right, but also like it's cool living through the expansion and the adaptation. And also like, yeah, I don't know. Just, it's more competitive than it's ever been. Like there's been a lot of like what do they call them? Fucking like dynasty isn't the right word, but like a dominant team will go on like a streak. I don't know what the word. There's a word I'm looking for that I don't have in my tongue, but like when a dynasty goes on a streak, not a moment. What's the fucking word I'm looking for? A phase, an era. Era, I think is the word I'm looking for. Like a team will have an era, and during that era, they will win like every tournament. That's sort of been like for CS 1.6 and CS:GO. There've been teams that have won for like 9 to like 12 months straight, where they literally win every tournament they participated in for like a year to a year and a half. That's happened for like 3 or 4 times in the history of Counter-Strike. And that's just like no team's done that in Counter-Strike 2. Like FaZe got close. FaZe got in second place in every tournament for like all of last year, but that's second place. They didn't win shit. And then Navi won, G2 won, Vitality won, Mouse won, Spirit won. So you have like 5 different teams winning tier 1 tournaments last year. And people are now thinking Vitality is going to be the next. They're like, Vitality is currently in an era. We just don't know it yet because it's too early. People think like Vitality are so much better. That's the narrative right now, is like, what team can beat Vitality? Vitality's number 1, undisputed. Can anybody get good enough to beat Vitality? People are like, Spirit's not good enough. FaZe isn't good enough. People are like, yeah, people are just talking about like, what players can you replace on other teams so you can compete against Vitality? Because like that's like, so the narrative changes fast in Counter-Strike. People, recency bias is huge. So like, because Vitality won like 2 tournaments in a row, people are like, it's over. No one's ever going to beat them, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think Vitality's a little overrated right now. That being said, the ZywOo Rops duo is incredible, and they're absolutely just fucking slaying people. So I understand why the hype's there, but
yeah, hype.
People also forget real. Spirit won the first tournament of last year. Like Dong set rookie records, got the highest rating ever at Katowice, and then like they got, I'd say, top 3 for like 6 months, and then around August or September of last year, Spirit bombed out in the group stage of like 2 tournaments in a row. Like they didn't even make it to the playoffs. They were losing to like tier 2 teams, and people were like calling for heads. They're like, Zontix, he needs to fucking go. Magic's not good enough. He needs to go. And then what happened? Spirit won the next major. Like Spirit became dominant again to the point where like Donk is overpowered, no one could beat. And then Vitality beat Spirit. Like I don't know. Like people say this sort of shit every 6 months. Same with like Navi. Navi won the major, and then like the next tournament after the major, everybody's like, it's Navi's era. And now everybody's like, you need to replace Wonderful, and like these are the same exact lineup, same players. So like clearly they were good enough to get there at one point. So I don't know. Like I think people need to have a little patience to like. It's like because you didn't. I don't know. Spirit's still been like top 3 in every tournament for like the past 6 months. So it's to be like, they need to change something because they suck and will never win. It's like, you're talking about like top 3 team in the entire world that also was one of the most winningest teams of last year. And you're like, all these armchair experts are like, you need to fucking replace those guys. Like, they suck. There's no way they could ever win. It's like, you mean the guys that literally like were just the champions 3 months ago in December? Like, those guys could never win a tier 1 tournament in Counter-Strike. Like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy how fast people like give up on teams, but
yeah,
the narrative right now is Vitality.
Yeah, Vitality's. I don't know. Navi was like I was on the board of the era for them for a minute, but we'll see.
Me too.
Vitality's
Navi's problem is they don't have a star. Navi just has 4 really good players, but they don't have the guy who's like ZywOo will get you a 1.5 even when the rest of Vitality doesn't show up. Navi doesn't have that player. Like, Navi has like all of these guys are good, but none of them are like Donk, ZywOo, m0NESY. None of them carry the team really. Bit maybe, but Bit's not consistent. None of them are consistent superstars, which is like, I don't know, if you look at the top teams in Counter-Strike right now, like ZywOo, and then G2 isn't really even a top team anymore, but G2 literally won tournaments last year because fucking m0NESY and NiKo hard carried them to the point where like they won Dallas last year, and I believe Stewie and HooXi were like 2 of the top 10 lowest rated players in the entire tournament. So like the team that won the tournament had 2 of the lowest rated players in the entire tournament, which is just like mathematically saying that they got carried. like m0NESY and NiKo did so good that they carried the dead weight of like the worst players in the entire tournament. But yeah, I don't know. Like, having a player like that is sort of important, and Navi just doesn't have that guy. I'd say Bit is the closest thing to that guy, and like Bit should be like in the Rops role, where like Rops is incredible backing up ZywOo. Like, he should not be your number 1. When he's your number 1, then you're phased and you don't win anything. Same with like Shiro is incredible. Shiro is one of the best operators in the world, and he's a great compliment to Donk. Like, Donk is still your guy.
Yeah.
And then m0NESY had NiKo, and now m0NESY has Malbs and Heavy God, who are not playing as good as NiKo was, which is why G2 is falling off. But yeah, I don't know. Let's do this last giveaway. I can talk Counter-Strike all day, but I'm excited and following it, doing all the fantasies.
Yeah, I just got my team set up too.
I'm rooting against Vitality though, just because I feel like eras aren't fun as far as like, if Vitality just wins every tournament, then it becomes less fun to watch the tournaments because you don't know who's gonna. Part of the fun is not knowing who's gonna win. Same people win all the time, and then it starts getting predictable. Who knows? Maybe we are 2 tournaments into a Vitality era, and they're about to win like both majors this year.
Yeah.
ZywOo and Rops do look like fucking scary. The other scary thing is like m0NESY is playing like a star rifler right now, and m0NESY is supposed to be the worst player on Vitality. like when your 4th guy is like fragging like a star player on other teams, then it's like, oh shit. I also think that's why Vitality like Rops isn't that much better than Spinx. Like, arguably Rops and Spinx are both about the same. I think Spinx was even rated higher on the like top 20 list. But like Spinx was never a very good lurker. Like, he was supposed to be the lurker on Vitality, and that was not like his shit, whereas Rops is like the best, if not the best, like top 3 lurkers in Counter-Strike. His position works better. And then I think he also switched some positions with m0NESY. So now m0NESY is playing some star rifle positions that Spinx was playing. Because like ZywOo plays op, so ZywOo doesn't play all the star rifle positions necessarily. The star rifle positions were going to Spinx as the second best player. But Rops plays more anchor and lurk positions than star rifle positions. So m0NESY was able to play more active positions. And m0NESY is like, the reason he got invited to Vitality is because he was a star rifler, and they were like, "You're so fucking good, you can play anchor, right?" Just the same thing that happened to Malbs on G2, where they're just like, "You're the best entry fragger in tier 2. You have great aim, play anchor, even though that's not your position." So that's what happened to like Spinks, I guess, on like Vitality, but now Spinks went over to Mouse, who needed a Star Rifler, and then Rops is now playing legit lurk and anchor positions, which opens up Star Rifler positions for Mezzy, who was previously a tier 2 Star Rifler. So I feel like that switch really did just click for Vitality in a way that, like, I don't know. Hard to even like explain what I'm trying to say, but like on paper, Spinks has as good of, if not better, stats than Rops, but like the positions they play on the team didn't make as much sense because Rops replaced Magisk, and Magisk is like one of the best all-time anchors. He's on the Astralis team that won 5 majors in a row or whatever. And he was on, when Vitality won Paris, they had Magisk on the team. And then they dropped Magisk, and then they dropped Dupree, and they picked up Flamesy, and they picked up Mezzy. And Flamesy was like a pretty good replacement for Dupree. I feel like Mezzy never really was like in the right positions for Magisk. Some Counter-Strike history right there. I'm setting the prize. I'm gonna
Mezzy, I remember. Magist, I don't remember.
Magisk is on Falcons now. Magisk is on Astralis. So, like, original Astralis was like the like winning Astralis, which is known as the greatest team of all time in Counter-Strike. One of two. Fnatic had like an 80. There's not Fnatic. Fnatic or NIP. One of those two teams had like a 90 game win streak when it went from like CS 1.6 to, I don't know, there's like a transition between games, and basically all of the best players from the previous game created a super team in the new game, and that was like NIP or Fnatic, and they won like 90 games in a row. But that's before majors even really existed, so they didn't win 5 majors like Astralis did. But the really winning Astralis was Device, who's still currently on Astralis, which is why like a lot of people think he's GOAT. Dupree is, he used to be on the Falcons, he got benched, but Dupree is the most winningest Counter-Strike player of all time. He's the most decorated player. And you had Magisk. Dupree's also like an entry fragger. Device is the opper. Then Magisk was a friggin' anchor, but he was on that team. And then Glaive, I believe, was the in-game leader on that team.
Glaive. Damn. Yeah, I recognize like some of those names, but that's a little deeper than I know.
Glaive is on ENCE now. He's the in-game leader. Let's look.
ENCE.
So here's the team. It was Xyp9x, Device, Zonic, Dupree, Magisk, and Glaive. That's like the greatest all-time roster of Counter-Strike. And I'm so fucking dumb. I don't know if it was Zonic or Xyp9x that was. I think Zonic was the coach and Xyp9x was the player. Because Xyp9x is now a coach for MOUZ. I believe he's the assistant head coach for MOUZ. No, there he is. I know way too much about like yeah, like essentially Magisk is one of the best anchors of all time of Counter-Strike. And he was on Vitality when they won the Paris Major in 2023. And then they removed him and Dupree, who were both on the Super Astralis team, and they replaced him with Flamesy and Mezzy, who are not like one-to-one replacements. Like Flamesy and Mezzy are not hard anchors or hard entries. So like, I don't know. I feel like those replacements, which Vitality still did good last year because they have fucking ZywOo. Like ZywOo's such a hard carry, but Rops was such like a, I don't know, like all the puzzle pieces just fit together when they replaced Spinks with Rops, which is weird again because I would almost say Spinks is better than Rops as far as like, just depends on the positions, but like it's not like Rops is a way better player than Spinks, and Spinks sucks, and Spinks is the reason Vitality side was like just wrong position. All right, let's rate into someone. God, I'm excited for that though. Baseball tomorrow, Counter-Strike on Friday. Things are just looking up.
Everything's coming up. Millhouse.
Twitchy Tides is live. I didn't know that they had their own channel. You can rate into them though. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Is this even like a? They've been online for 35 hours, so this is like a. This just happens all the time. I'm gonna raid into someone that's not been streaming for 35 hours. Like this could just be like a bot running. It might not be a real person. Not bad numbers though. 73 people for an app stream that's just like auto running.
Right.
We'll raid into Kitty. 24/7 auto stream and 23-minute ads per hour. If anyone wants to hang in Discord, hit me up there. Otherwise, we will see y'all tomorrow. Raid into Kitty. I don't really know what Kitty's up to these days. I don't think she's on Wax anymore. But says she's doing crypto, so have fun with Kitty.
Nice.
And yeah, see y'all tomorrow.
See you guys.
Good night. Happy opening Major League Baseball day. Yeah, we should play some. We should try to update tonight if you can, like Neon Heroes.
Yeah.
All right. Later, everybody. Peace. What else are we down to play more?
The Marvel game?